What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and in this video we are in the garage studios. A lot of things is going on. So in this video, what I wanted to share is my garage opener. It has my Q software as part of it, but it's right above me. And I tried to open it and it stopped like a third of the way, saying that the weight is a little too much for it to handle. So I'm checking on the chains and things, and it looks like I was like, oh, maybe the chain is loose or gotten loose. And I started looking at YouTube videos to see how to tighten it up. But looking at the videos, it looks like when I compare it to other people's garage thing, it's not a lot of slack, so it's normal. And so I had my dad come over and try to help me troubleshoot, and the culprit is that. That is the garage spring that runs across above our garage door. So you have two of them, it looks like. Well, at least I have two of them. And the one on the left just snapped. So most of this morning, I've been calling and checking out garage companies to see if I can fix it myself, or I can hire someone to go fix it. And what I've noticed is a lot of these companies have a dispatch center. It's very frustrating because I think they hired this dispatch center because they're either too busy or they just want to get as many customers as possible. So they hire dispatch centers to take in calls, but they don't know anything about the service, cost, or anything like that. And a lot of these dispatch centers, they want your address right away, all your information. And if you're like me, who is sick and tired of just getting just garbage spam calls nonstop all day long, marketing emails, marketing letters. People actually still use the post office to send spam. It's just outrageous, the amount of garbage. And so I was like, if you can't tell me the information that I need, then why do you need to know my address? Oh, it's because I need to find out which technician is available, and they will be able to give you the a better price, a better estimate. And I said, aren't you part of this company? He's like, no, we're just a dispatch. We pretty much send out jobs to different technicians. So a lot of them use this. And what worries me is these dispatch companies harvest your data, and part of their way of making money, aside from if they were to get a job, like the technician finds the job, then they get a cut, is they will sell this information. Nowadays, your information is worth as much as gold because, man, it's so ridiculous. So I reached out to Rafi. You've seen him in an EV Confessions video because our handyman that we both use, I called him and see if he could fix it, but he said he doesn't have the tools, and to reach out to Rafi because he recently needed someone to fix his garage, and I was able to contact someone. We're gonna try to meet up later today so he could check it out. His number actually was directed to him, and then it's not a dispatch, and his prices are actually pretty good. So if everything goes well, I'll be sharing that with you in this video, and hopefully it's not too expensive. But the cheapest I found is somewhere around 300, and it looks like if one of these springs break, you may want to replace both. Similar to tires, when you're replacing tires, you should replace them by pairs. That way the wear and tear is even. So I guess it's similar to these springs. If one were to break, I don't know when it broke. I don't know if it just broke today and it just couldn't handle anymore. But the other one that is working is probably so stressed that it's ready to break even after I fix the other one. So that is their suggestion. The recommendation is if you replace one, you should replace the other. So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you what is going to happen, and hopefully this person that I'm gonna be dealing with is going to be good. So, but according to my friend Rafi, he was good. So hopefully he can come through today and let me know what's going on, and we'll go from there. So I used a company called Cali Garage Door Repair and was recommended by Rafi once again. And so the technician's name is Jay. This video is not sponsored. They don't know I'm doing this video, but I do want to share with you some information as well as the great experience that I've received from this company. The issue started this morning. It is now at nighttime and they knocked it out. So I just waited for them. It looked like almost an hour and a half or so of him coming in here and replacing these springs. So the garage itself has two sets of springs, and they recommend to replace both because as soon as one breaks, and I don't even know when it broke, but you've put more stress on the other side of the spring to handle the entire weight of the door. Now, he mentioned that I don't have a standard door. It's kind of standard, but it's broken up into different sections. So he was just explaining. The dude, man, Jay knows about doors. And on top of that, he is a computer science major. He's doing his master's right now. And I'm like, dude, we're in the same boat, man. And it even got me more excited and stuff. So we even started talking about like what he's learning and things. Things are different now than what it was 20 years ago. And so he's actually focusing on artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. So he's doing this part-time. But it's like the amount of effort and expertise that he puts into with computer science, it seems like he's also doing it as well with garages because he knows his stuff. It's just amazing. I was learning stuff from him. The questions that I was asking him, he was like able to explain it to just a normal person like me. He was telling me different parts of the garage, how things are work. And so one of the things I learned, because I like to learn as, you know, things that I experience and stuff, but these, oh my God, these are heavy. So these springs have 3 numbers on them. And this one in particular is 235 by 2 by 25.5. So there's 3 sets of numbers similar to tires. And so the first number is the wire size, which this one is 235. And then and then the second number is the diameter, which is 2. And then the length is 25.5. I'm not really sure if this is like not millimeters, but centimeters or inches. But the new springs are smaller. I think they're 225. I'll put the size of the new springs in the lower third. So they are smaller, but the diameter, I believe, is bigger and the length is longer. And so how he was explaining it is the bigger the wire, the stronger it is. I said, wait a minute, the new spring is smaller, has smaller wire, but the diameter is smaller. So he's explaining when the diameters are smaller, it can support, I guess, larger tension. So it's actually stronger, even though the wire is smaller. And also the length of the spring is longer. So on top of him replacing the springs, he also did some diagnostics, I guess, or I don't know what you want to call it, but inspection, right? So he inspected everything. He ensured the garage door motor gets reprogrammed because it was set to the old spring. So you have to reset the settings to give it the appropriate, I guess, size of the spring as well as the weight of the door. The other thing he mentioned is so the sound that my garage door makes is somewhat louder than usual. And so our house was built 2017, 2018-ish. So it's about 5, almost 6 years old. And I asked them if this was a common issues with spring breaking. He said that what could have happened is the spring that they used is the incorrect size. And so what they did to compensate is to just increase the tension of the spring. But by increasing the tension of the spring, it lessened the life of the spring. And so this could be a cost cutting thing that the builders, and you know what? I've started to notice, and I talk to people who bought new homes, that their homes are not as perfect as it seems because the builders do a lot of cost cutting measures. So, with older homes, the previous owners may have already done a lot of the maintenance and fixing, so you don't notice it, and it's probably in better shape than newer homes. But so I learned a lot of stuff as he was working on our garage. I appreciate this company. It's great customer service. They came out hours after I got a call from them, and they came out and they fixed it and just was able to really explain how things are. Even though I don't fully understand it, he did his best, and I was bugging him. So hopefully he wasn't feeling like I was just nagging and bothering him as he's working. But he kept explaining things to me, and we talked a little bit about AI also. And so I actually learned some new stuff about AI too, so it's great. But he did recommend to just keep an eye out on the garage door motor, as it's making more noise, louder noise than usual. And what I have to look out for is louder noise, meaning that it's giving me a sign that it's ready to make an exit. But yeah, apparently garage doors are supposed to be near silent, and mine doesn't. It isn't. And so I'm like, it's always been like that. He's like, yeah, so, because he's like, so do you hear that sound? I'm like, what sound? It's always made that sound. He's like, yeah, it's not supposed to make that sound. Okay, so once again, shout out to Cali Garage Door Repair. I'll leave a link in the description. It's not a sponsored video, but again, I just like to share with you all whenever I have good experiences with companies. I just want to share with you guys. And they don't know about this video. They didn't ask me to do this video. I wanted to do it. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something like I did. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.